Survivors ready. Go! There's a lot of emotions tied to tribal council because if your team is really tight, just like Pink was, like it's really hard to vote somebody out. It was between Jack and Kira because of the dating situation or whatever everybody else wanted. I just let everybody else decide what to do, and I was like, yes, I'm down. And I was checking in with everybody and saying like, are we cool? Are we 100? Because I didn't want to get any votes. Coffee so much. Like every day is iced coffee.
Yeah, looks like it. Okay.
Woo!
Come on, Pink.
There was some last minute just things being switched up though. So actually walking to tribal council, I didn't know whether I was supposed to vote for Kira or Jack, and it was something that was just whispered to me like as we were walking into tribal. Alejandro wanted to vote Jack out, but I think him and Emily had a long discussion, and Emily like convinced him to vote Kira. So Emily's definitely kind of running the show here. Even just now we found a bunch of cool looking shells on the beach, and so we thought it would be fun to make a fake idol with them with some string we found at our camp. But Emily nixed that idea too and said it wasn't a good idea to make fake idols. So I feel like no one was even really trying to use the fake idol. Like it was just something to do, and she's kind of really running the show now. Like she tells everyone what to do at the challenges, which can be helpful definitely, but it's also just kind of annoying as a human trait to be telling other people what to do.
Yeah, I mean, the first challenge, Blue won an advantage, and then won first place. Then in the last immunity challenge where we fought so hard, and like apparently Blue was playing really dirty, like calling out like, oh, hide the pink tiles, oh, like try to dig over them. Like it was just really aggressive, and there were people playing on the blue team that just wasn't playing nicely. So I also heard from the orange tribe that there were some people on orange rooting for pink, and I thought that was really, really cool. And I mean, you reap what you sow. If you can't dish it, don't take it. I understand that this is a game, but your actions have consequences.
Although I think I'm trying to situate myself in a good place where like everyone, just likes me, and I'm a big member, like a strong member of the tribe. So if there's no I can do throwing. Like if there's like no puzzle part or something, I can be like a thrower.
I played softball for like.
Oh, so you're probably much better.
I play
Although.
Yes,
yeah,
I did
I
soccer.
played dodgeball.
My name got thrown out at the strategizing for the last tribal council, and everyone kind of rallied together and said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to vote out the name thrower. And that felt really good that everybody was willing to immediately say, no thanks, we're going to do something else. I think it was, we were having earlier discussions about who to vote out, and it was either Kira or Sarah, because we have the 4 of us who aren't either of those. And we were going to go for Sarah until Kira started gunning for me. And it was same difference, better reward.
I gotta say, I'm a little
typical
unconventional. I do use 2 hands for cornhole,
You know,
but
whatever
it works every
Hey,
time.
if it works,
Yeah,
it
whatever
works.
Never miss to the sides if you use 2 hands.
If there's like a wrestling challenge, I
There
would
might be
like
that,
to.
that one where people hold
I
something and you have to like swat it.
Oh,
away.
yeah.
Yeah. So now we're just chilling at camp, not making a fake idol because it's not allowed by our tribe leader. So we'll see how things go.
So now we came back to camp and we enjoyed a pickle reward because we got pickles at the beginning, and we're like, let's eat some pickles. So we each had a pickle. It was really good, and I can still taste it in my mouth, and there's like one last one that's kind of big, and I really want it. So I think when people aren't looking, I'm gonna eat it so that like I don't get in trouble for eating it, but I want to eat it, so I'm gonna eat it.
It's kind of back to square one with our tribe when everything was so kumbaya and everyone's like, we love each other, and then we have to go to tribal and it sucks. And I feel like we're back in that kumbaya kind of standpoint again, where it's like people may not be thinking too much about the game, but my mind's always turning because that's just my brain in general.
She's sick of my grandpa, like she's so sick of him. And he's been putting money in stocks for years and years and years, so they've saved up quite a bit of money. But Grandpa like never wants to touch his money, and Grandpa's like, well, if I don't spend it, no, somebody else will. So she withdrew $87,000 of stock and went and bought a brand new 2019 Buick Century. And she drove home with it. Was like, Jerry, look what I got.
I mean, the person that, if everyone thinks they're safe by this one person, they're never going to target him. And he, oh, ew, bud. But
right now I'm feeling good. The one thing I want to figure out though is if there's an idol over there.
I want to keep as many girls in here as we possibly can, so I wouldn't be opposed to voting out Matt, who might be a stronger player. But yeah, we'll see.
If we voted out a girl, they'll just pick the rest of us out.
I completely agree.
I'm super paranoid about this.
I feel like I would trust Kyle most.
Yeah.
Like he would bond the girls most.
Yeah.
Then it's pretty quiet. I think right now we want to stay strong.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, if we lose the challenge.
No, yeah, no, I'm saying if we want to still stay strong,
Yeah, yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
Matt.
I've gotten to know him the least.
Yeah, me too.
Just chilling. Just kicking some leaves around. Nothing to see here. No strategy whatsoever.
No napping. No napping, survivor.
Kyle, myself, and Matt would make a really strong team. The other two, they're just a little more quiet, but they are opening up. Just find that Marilyn is very quiet, as well as Andrea to an extent. But I just felt like those two kind of stood out a little bit more, and therefore I was more comfortable with. The issue is as we, continue hanging out, continue winning, people get more comfortable. They're already opening up, and so suddenly that feeling that you have a scapegoat vote at the first couple of tribals starts to go away, and it's kind of an even playing field.
All right, Lenape and Algonquin, you're getting your first look at the new Munsey tribe. Kira, the second person voted out of Survivor New York, Veterans versus Contenders. I will take back the immunity idols. Give it up. All right, so immunity is back up for grabs, guys. And so this challenge, one player from each tribe will race out to grab a beanbag. They will race it back to the players that are on the summer skis. They will pass the beanbags to the last two players who try to knock down their tribe targets. Once all 4 of your targets are down, you guys win immunity. The first 2 tribes to finish are going to win. The other tribe will have a date with me at Tribal Council. Survivors ready, go! Emily and Jack, right, moving quick. Right, left, right, left. Algonquin is moving. Right. Liska falls forward.
1, 2, 3, right, left.
Lenape is trailing on this moment. Jack falls.
It's gonna happen. Right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, right.
Lenape moving quick.
Right, left, right.
Munsey in the lead.
Go faster than that.
Left.
You guys are good.
Right, left,
Paddock falls.
left.
Okay, just keep going like this. 1, 2, 3, right? Right.
You're good.
Left. Right.
Munsey moving quick. Munsey gets back first.
We got it.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Munsey connects with 3 of their targets.
my God!
Munzie wins immunity. Algonquin is falling behind.
Lean. Close, you can grab him. Nice. One more time. There you go. Come on, y'all. One more.
We got it.
We got it. Come on.
Lenape is down to their last target. Algonquin has 2 more.
Come on, y'all.
Algonquin wins immunity.
Oh my
Fucking heart attack.
Oh
The first one I.
All right, congrats, Munzie. You guys have won first place. Good job. All right, Algonquin, you guys got second place. Congratulations.
little brother.
Lenape, unfortunately, you have a date with me at Tribal Council. One of you will be the 3rd person voted out of this game. I will see you shortly. I'll give you guys a moment to strategize, okay?
That challenge was absolutely incredible. That is what Survivor to me feels like. It's going and having these big victories in addition to crushing defeats.
Oh my God, that was a close one, but the bad bitches prevailed and we won, barely. We won. There's not really much I can say about it. Like when I get excited about things like this, I can't articulate. I still can't wrap my mind around how close that was.
But I'm really happy we won because the more we keep winning, the more bonding I can do with these other 4 awesome people and really grow my bond, because the deeper we get into the game, the stronger we're gonna have to be when it comes to bonds, especially if there's swaps or stuff. So
Emily and Liska had to go on summer skis, and everyone's like acting like they know exactly what these things are, but I have never heard of them. I saw it and I was like, that looks like a torture device, because like I don't know, like I had this like irrational fear that we'd start walking and then we just like do the splits, and like Liska is probably way more flexible than I am. I am a marshmallow, which means I'm really fluffy, but I also like don't have muscles or like bones. Well, I do, but I don't.
You've been really good about calling you that, so.
Okay, so at the challenge, one of the girls from the Pink Tribe was like, our tribe really different.
Really?
And like, it was like said in a way that like, she wanted, that's good news for the swap, that they do really want.
The challenge, the Pink Tribe also said on Satanic that they like really like our tribe. It's like what we've been trying to instill them in the challenge. So because that's kind of who we want to work with going forward. So that was great.
Paddock is always turned on. That sounds really weird, but like I'm always in game mode. I was never turned down. There's not a second where I'm not acting while I'm here. If these people knew like the real me, I'm sure they wouldn't like me because I am judgmental. I'm not patient. It's my way or the highway a lot of times, and I get through life that way and it works well for me. So I don't blame myself for being like that, but in Survivor you can't be like that. So I'm here, I am the sweet Paddock. I am kind. I'm like, oh, are you hurt? I don't care if they get hurt. Like, you're adults, take care of yourself. But like every time someone like follows me something, I'm like, oh, are you okay? Like, I'm always acting. I promise I'm not a horrible person, but like when you're playing Survivor, you're always acting. You're never seeing the real people. If these people are being exactly who they are in real life, then they're gonna lose. And that's how it's gonna happen. Guys, I know how to do the team building exercises.
Okay, what happened?
Never mind for team building.
My shoes are all wet. No! That's okay. I'll just have soggy feet. I'll survive.
Yes, I am definitely judging every person here. I silently judge Billy because he always looks like he's gonna cry. It's like, whenever I look at his face, I'm like, did someone just punch you? Like, you look like you're about to cry for some reason. And like, I'm not sure if it's just his face or if he has overactive tear ducts, but he always looks like he's gonna cry. And I'm like, maybe I should punch him just so he can let it out. Like, that would help, right? Love you, Billy. But really, you gotta do something about that face.
I know. It's just like when everybody grabs somebody else.
Are you at orientation leader? No, I used to be camp counselor. Alright, so we all stay in a circle, and then you reach across the rest of the hand. One hand. Yep. Okay, yeah. Each hand you want to be grabbing someone's hand. You want to grab a different person's hand.
And then you gotta try to untangle yourself.
What? So I definitely go over here.
Yeah, you're like out there.
Oh, that was so easy.
And that was really easy. It's really hard if you get like a ton of people.
Again.
Yeah, because people
TJ, I don't like how quiet he is. Like, he'll like occasionally like go on a spiel of like talking a lot, and it's a different person than he's putting. Like, I guess he's not doing as good of a job as I am at covering who he is. And you can't cruise through Survivor New York. We're playing with New Yorkers who are all fucking crazy.
And I was paired up with TJ for the throwing challenge, and I had the opportunity to like speak with him very briefly about like, say if we lose, what do you think will happen? And we were both on the same page that we're both very worried about Dresden because he has that title and we don't know where his head's at. So that's something that we have to keep in mind, and I'm glad that me and him are on the same page about that. Thankfully we won, so we don't have to go to tribal, but planting the seed, keeping him on the same page. I do want to talk to Emily at some point, but it's hard when we don't lose to get time, apart without it making it seem like sketchy.
I like TJ a lot. We're both actually history teachers. We have a lot in common, and I worry about him moving forward just because I know that he's played with like Alejandro and maybe Davey, I want to say. I'm not sure if that was one of the names, but then I'm like, does he also know like the other Emily and Eileen, and how many other people is he connected to? So like, if when it comes to like right now, he's saying how much he loves our group and how tight we are and how we're going to stick together, but I'm wondering how much that's going to hold up if we get to like a swap reverse situation, if we get some people that he's played with before.
So we don't want
Yeah.
we don't want them to blindside one of us because we know we both have idols. Basically, I don't know. I can't read who TJ is closest to, which is actually good because he's making himself more of a shield for us. Because everyone trusts him.
Exactly.
Which is great.
I want to hold on to this idol for as long as possible. And I know that we made an agreement to use the idol to benefit our tribe in case there's a swap. But at the same time, only one person can win this thing.
So we lost. It was like luck of the draw, really. It came down to the wire. I think losing in a way is good for our team because we were scared that going into a swap we would automatically be targets, and if any of us got split up and were left in a minority, we're fucked, right away, totally screwed. I'm also worried about my own security in a swap.
I think the main thing that we were trying to think, okay, we feel like we kind of had this one in the bag, which sucks. We got a little overconfident. We thought, we can sit out Bennett, one of our stronger players, and just, not have to sit him out again. Do you have any plans?
I'm kind of worried about when the swap happens, what Andre is going to do.
The girls are saying no.
I think we should do it. I side with them. I think he's not gonna. I don't know. He's a good guy. He's not a bad guy at all. I don't think he's gonna be as loyal to us. I think he's ready. I think he's ready to play. I think he's ready to play this side of the game, and I think that kind of scares me.
I'm scared.
I know. It's tough. That's why I'm leaning towards.
I just want to see Matt go only because I just feel like I would get along, have more of a bond with Andre and go farther with that as a pair in the future. And I don't know if there's going to be a future with Matt because I never really interacted with him.
Going to be one of the two other girls, in my opinion. I personally would rather go for
Andrea, and I waited until Matt gave me that name because you don't want to be the first one to throw a name out. But I do feel that going into a swap, somebody like Marilyn is far less likely. She just seems more shy and a little more meek. And I think that type of person, while they can be like silent but deadly and very threatening, and it just takes them one move to strike, is less likely to create like huge social bonds very quickly and wind up leaving myself a target. And then the other benefit to working within the 4 that I have with Kai, Kyle, and Matt is the fact that they're all like pretty domineering and pretty threatening in their own way. All 3 of them are part of the veterans group. And so I think going into a swap, if I'm already a target, I want to have other people that are at least somewhat of a target around me so that I have more wiggle room moving forward. There are less question marks for me if she goes out and the 5 of us stay. And I feel like if we keep her, I still have a fairly loyal team. She's the toughest one to get a read on, in my opinion.
I told her that you guys are aiming for Maryland, but I just want you to know, I'm saying, we're going to try to change it. I said, I will talk to Kyle and then we'll change it. But I want you to know.
Okay, alright. Well, what are your reasoning?
That's who she came to me with.
She came to?
Yeah.
Oh, she's throwing my name out there.
Yeah. She's not throwing one of the girls' names out there.
Wait, Marilyn or Andrew's
Stop. This is a sad family breakup. I'm closest with Kyle, so thus far. I vibe with him the best. I don't want to talk too loud, but I know Andrea from before, and I know that she knows Emily as well, who I would be willing to work with in the future if that's where that would bring me as far as I could possibly go in this game.
Kai seems to think she has a really strong alliance with Kyle, and she can kind of lead him in her direction. I've tried to kind of buddy up to her, but also not seem too buddy with her. I know she's really smart. She's played before. She's won before, and I think that's a good person to buddy up to.
No, we're voting.
Oh, we're voting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
I was like,
you're
I could
okay
have
with
gone.
that, though, right?
Yeah, 100%. I have no.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's smart. But again, if there's going to be a swap soon though, I guess she could be the one to flip. I don't know.
That's one of those things.
I don't know. I actually feel like I got a good connection with her though.
The boys otherwise said Andrea because she's super social and she can get along with anybody once the merge happens. And then the girls are saying Matt because he doesn't seem the most loyal, and also his challenge performance wasn't the best according to them. So I feel like I'm closer to Andrea, so I'm gonna go towards Matt. So,
wait, what?
Is Matt with 1 T or 2? So I don't look stupid.
Probably eliminate Marilyn, just because she is, she seems to be a little bit, she's not as physically strong, and
and just independent, seems to just totally be on the idea.
If you and I can get to him,
yeah, we have to. But
he'll believe us.
You have to distract. You have to distract Marilyn somehow.
I feel like if they want an easy vote, I feel like I'm the easy vote only because, I don't know, maybe because I'm so quiet, maybe we didn't get to know each other that well, especially yesterday too. So, I don't know.
I think it's the easy vote.
Okay.
I don't think it should be any more complicated because it's just going to fracture us if we do anything crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
I want to win.
And I just feel more comfortable going forward with the 4 that we have, and I do feel like the 4 of them are loyal and they're easier to read than somebody like Andrea.
Welcome guys to Tribal Council. you guys haven't been to tribal council. It's your first time. So run me through the whole game so far, Kai. Like, what has been going on for Lenape?
I feel like Lenape is, we really like each other. We've really been vibing super well. And so this really sucks. We really wanted to go into the swap tribes or the merge tribe 6 strong, and the odds weren't in our favor this time, and it sucks. But we've all really gotten along, so this is going to be a tough one.
So you guys have technically won all 3 challenges, including the reward. So what exactly happened here, Kyle? Like,
I missed. I missed big time. I felt like I was actually performing really well so far this entire day. I guess I was bound to make a mess up. We got lucky, I think, in the sand pit, but I don't know what happened. We were so close to hitting those last paddles, and we just couldn't pull it out. I'm really bummed. I'm sorry, guys. Again, I feel really responsible.
You don't have to take
it. You have the most pressure.
well, you talk about blame. So, Andre, do you feel like there is blame for certain people for this vote, or maybe from all the challenges going into this? Like, how do you point fingers?
I mean, I think everybody values trying hard. People also value doing well. So it really kind of depends on what you value more at the end of the day. So I think, yeah, everybody does kind of have things stick with people, but sort of people have different values, so different things stick with different people.
Matt, what do you base your vote on for this tribal council? What is it for you?
It's tough. Really, really tough. Again, as Kai said, we gel well, and we looked at the other tribes. The other tribes look like they're scheming. They don't look like they're having a whole lot of fun. We're having a great time. We got to know each other really, really well, and this is the last thing we wanted. We barely even talked any strategy at this point because we didn't think we needed to. So the vote tonight is gonna be based on what's gonna happen further in the game. It's we made a pact that we're going to be a 6 strong, and now that we're going to be a 5 strong, our vote tonight is who is the wild card in that 5 strong.
Marilyn, give me some reasons why you're an asset to this team. Like, why should everyone keep you?
Because even though in challenges there's some things I'm not that good at, but the things I say I am good at, and I will help as much as I can. So yeah, I'm just an asset because I'm there and I perform and did well. So yeah, and I'll be loyal to you in the future once you merge, once you flop. I'll always be really strong.
So there hasn't been any talks yet so far this tribal about idols or advantages. Like, Bennett, where do you think, or who do you think has them, if there are any?
The other 2 tribes probably, but no, I am starting to think that maybe they've been hidden at challenges and we've missed them. One thing that came up was the big bin of whatever the white stuff was at the first reward at the start of the game. There could have been a clue hidden in there. And then the other thing that was discussed was potentially something could have been buried in the sand during the last challenge, and that became such a mess that if somebody was digging through there and grabbed it, who knows? But I'm fairly confident. I mean, we've hung out so much and we've bonded so much and haven't really grouped off until the last 20 minutes that I don't think anyone's gone around looking for idols. One thing that came up right before we left for the last challenge was this idea of finding an idol at our camp and making it a team idol. In the chance that if a swap comes up or if we're merged down the road, if any of us are ever in the minority, when we split, we give that to the people in minority to try to keep the blue strong alive that it didn't merge.
At the start of this game, I explained that the season's twist was veterans versus contenders. There's 3 people who have done these before, 3 people, this is their first time. So Kai, as a veteran, do you feel like you were able to bring some sort of knowledge into this tribe from your past experience?
Yeah, I feel like there's certain knowledge, going through the experience, but I also would not call myself a veteran. I feel like that is a very big word, and I definitely don't want people to think that I am, because I played one of these before, that I am immediately a target. So I feel like every game is different. People learn, people grow from their experiences on these games. So
every game is different, and people have to come into it with an open mind, try to put the veteran and, what is it? Contender. They've got to put it aside and just play their own game.
Before we get to the vote, I'm going to give you guys a chance to speak in front of the entire tribe. If you have anything you'd like to say, now is your time to say it. Anybody?
I think I'll say something. I don't know. I feel awful that we're in this situation, and it sucks. But I feel like I give my all at these challenges a lot. I live for you guys. So I want going back to contenders and vets. I think it's almost that we started on a new playing field, and we fought, and all I want is for us to just give it our all at those challenges and try to not come back here.
Alright, so with that, we will get to the voting.
If it's not me tonight, then I would choose to be loyal to the girls and the boys.
Best of luck.
Funnily, I was trying to keep you, but then I found out you're throwing my name out there. Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Alright guys, if anyone has the hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote, Matt. Second vote, Marilyn. One vote Matt, one vote Marilyn. Third vote, Marilyn. 3 votes Marilyn, 1 vote Matt. Fourth vote, Marilyn. 3 votes Marilyn, 1 vote Matt. Fifth vote, and the third person voted out of Survivor New York, Veterans versus Contenders, Marilyn. Marilyn, please bring me your torch. Marilyn, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Fun guys. Bye.
You guys are really going to need to band together to stay focused and win the next challenge. Good luck. I'll see you back at the park. Cool. Next time on Survivor New York. So you guys are swapping tribes.
Can we eat the food?
We are going down to 2 tribes of 7. But key note is that there are 15 of you, so somebody is going to Exile Island.
If it's a swap right now, are we on board with Sam left with the idol?
Yeah. I think that's our best.
Only if they press about it or ask about it, that's what we'll say.
And then if they press more, it's Christian's really paranoid that she's
Throwing out everybody's names and stuff.
Because the pink team cheered against us last time when we lost. They were happy that we lost, so not like that. So I'm coming for blood this time. I'm coming for them.
I'm pretty sure the reason why I got voted out is because I do get shy sometimes, so I didn't socialize as much as everybody else. Probably said my weakness was too much, and that could have been my downfall as well. I came into this game to see how I would do, and now I know the answers. I hope the best for the blue. I won't cheer against them.